I'm Gia and welcome to my kitchen, and today I'm going to make a slightly spicy kale chip. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take one bunch of kale, which I've already taken the kale and taken it off the stem, and then we're going to use a cup of already pre-soaked cashews and one jalapeno, and that's what makes it slightly spicy because you never know what you're going to end up with. Depends on the temperature of the jalapeno. And then you're going to have a quarter cup of carrot pulp and a quarter cup of carrot juice, as well as 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast and 2 soaked dates, which I'm actually soaking the dates in the juice of 2 lemons. And lastly, a little bit of salt and a little bit of nutritional yeast. So this is a lot of fun to make. It's really messy, but I'm going to get started and we're just going to blend all the ingredients I just mentioned. So let's start with the cashews and the carrot juice, as well as the pulp. Let's get the jalapenos in there, the salt, and I'm actually going to put the yeast in last after we've blended it once. And there is the lemon juice and the dates. Make sure the lid's on tight and blend. So I like to tamp it down a little bit and blend again. I'm actually going to blend probably 3 times. Okay, now we're going to add the nutritional yeast. And this is going to be kind of thick, almost moussey. And we're going to blend one more time. Okay, so now we've got our moussey, creamy, almost cheesy. Once you add the nutritional yeast, it gives it a real cheesy kind of flavor and smell. And we're going to put that onto the kale chips. This is where it gets a little messy. If you have kids, invite your kids to wash their hands and join you. Okay, so then you want to just take your hands and thoroughly kind of squeeze the mixture into the kale. Once you're done squeezing the mixture into the kale, you want to just take the kale out, and this is where you're going to use a dehydrator sheet. And actually, if you're using a dehydrator, you'll have a dehydrator Teflon sheet, which actually I have one right here. And then you also have the grid sheet, which is this one. So what you want to do is you want to start by putting this mixture, since it's slightly wet, onto the Teflon sheet. And then once it's had a chance to dry for, I would say, about 8 hours, go ahead and check the consistency. You want these to get really dry so they're nice and crunchy. Check the consistency, and then when you feel like it's getting pretty dry, you want to go ahead and flip them onto the actual grid sheet. So, excuse my mess here. I'm going to wash off my hands. Towel dry. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this into the dehydrator so you have a chance to see what that looks like. Okay, so we've waited 4 extra hours for our chips to finish dehydrating. Let's check the dehydrator. They look good, smells great, and they're now on the actual grid tray. So let's try them. You want them to be nice and crunchy. Perfect. Can't wait for you to try these. They're so yummy, and they're just slightly spicy. Excuse my chewing. Anyway, enjoy and let me know what you think of the recipe. Ciao.